Alright, the next bit of polish I want to put in here is a simple thing. I just don't like, we have this little warp hole here, and sort of imagine that it would be sort of sucking the player in and rotating around. So what I want to do is just sort of make its outer rings rotate a bit. And we already have a warp hole controller, so we can just do whatever our warp hole needs to do in there. So I'll just edit that. So I'm going to double click that. And so I want to take the two rings, and I think the easiest way to just do this is just to make them references to game objects, and just take ring 1 and ring 2, and then I want them to rotate at different speeds. So I'll make some floats that are also public. So we don't want to mess around with our on trigger enter. We just want to do this, and we want it to rotate all the time. So let's put back in our update, and we'll work in there and have it keep rotating on update. So if we look at Unity documentation again, and we navigate to transform, I have it up here. We can sort of look at the properties again, and the methods, and anytime you're messing around with motion, and you're usually either messing around with the transform or the rigid body. So this time we don't have a rigid body, so we'll just be hitting transform, and we're going to look for these rotating functions. So rotate around is going to be useful because we can pick an axis in which the object will rotate around, as well as a point. So if you have a point in the center, it can rotate in like wide circles around like an invisible point, or it can just rotate on its own axis. So we'll look at that, and it feeds in a point, an axis, and an angle. So if we go back here into our script, we want to get the transforms of both of our rings, and so we'll do ring 1 first, and then we'll apply the rotation to them. So we'll do dot rotate around. We can do even rotate around local. The axes. Oh, okay, it's deprecated. It's fine. Do rotate around, and we'll do. We need to pass in a point, so we'll do the position of. We can just do the position that the script is attached to, because it's attached to the center circle there, and that's a perfect position for it to rotate around. It's complaining because I'm not done with this. So transform position, we need to feed in an axis. So I'm going to just do a vector 3 dot forward, and that means it's pointing into the screen forward from us. So if I look at this, it would be this like blue axis. That's our forward axis. Okay. And then we need to feed in the angle, and that's a float, so coordinates by angle degrees. Okay. So this is going to be changing, right? So we want it to keep rotating around. So what we'll do is we'll do time dot delta time. That's last frame. So this value will keep changing, so it'll keep animating, and then we will multiply this by our speed. And for the second ring, we'll do the same thing except for make sure it's the second ring and with a different speed. So if I go back in here, I make sure that I've attached both of these. Make sure I got the right one. This one and that one. And then I kind of want to rotate at different speeds. So I want to go, and I want to change direction too. So I guess I'll go right one direction, and we'll do like that 10, and then this other direction, like maybe negative 15 or something that's offsetting, maybe like 17. So they're not like perfectly matched up. I think I put the same object on both of these. Just want to really make sure. There we go. Okay, I think I can up the speed a little bit. So I'll put that at like negative 25, and this one will be 17. Yeah, kind of like that. Let's see if we can get to there. No, I don't want to make the video long, and I'm bad at this. Alright, so now we have a little rotating warp hole.